Hey, this is M from the 33 Secrets. I'm out here at the Roosevelt in Hollywood, just hanging out. Did a whole night of game and hanging out on the bridge here overlooking the pool. They're about to close up and thought I'd shoot this quick coaching video for you talking about transitions. Basically, transitions that you can use to take your indirect approach into attraction building. Now, when it comes to direct approaches, you're not really going to need any transitioners. I mean, you can use them, but generally when you approach a girl direct, you're already walking up to her, you're communicating your interest and attraction for her, you're telling her she's cute, she's beautiful, she's stunning, and where are you from? I want to get to know you better. So you don't need the transition there. But when you do an indirect approach and you're like, hey, where's the Starbucks? And she's like, oh, it's 2 blocks that way. You know, after she gives you those directions, if you don't transition, it's pretty much over, right? She's gonna be like, okay, there's your directions, now piss off. So right after, say, you do your indirect opener, and for example, using the Starbucks opener, you say, hey, do you know where the Starbucks is? And she goes, oh, it's 2 blocks that way. Okay, it's 2 blocks this way? Yeah, 2 blocks this way. Instead of letting her go, you can now transition, use one of the transitioners, and for example, you could transition by asking her what her ethnicity is, okay? That's a little favorite of mine that I like to ask her, especially if she has like an exotic look, like if she looks like she's mixed or mestiza, right? I like to ask like, oh, by the way, you know, after she gives you the directions, oh, by the way, what nationality are you? And she'll be like, oh, I'm, you know, half Mexican, half Irish. You know, and you could say something else. I thought you might have been like half this and half Asian, and just kind of throw her off. You're like, no, why would you think that? You know, but you could see, like, once you start transitioning, and for example, just asking her what her ethnicity is, a lot of girls will be like, oh, that's cool. He's interested in knowing what my nationality is, what my ethnic background is. So after you open her, and you're like, hey, where's the Starbucks? And she's like, it's 2 blocks that way. Oh, cool. Hey, by the way, what nationality are you? What ethnicity are you? You know, and sometimes a girl will be like, guess. If the girl says guess, that's what we call an IOI. That's what we call an indicator of interest. So if she says guess, she's baiting you, okay? That's a good sign. Another transition you can use is my ring gambit, okay? And if I have not uploaded my ring gambit to my YouTube channel, then I'm sorry, you know, it's something that I still use to this day, and I teach to my private coaching students, and I teach to the guys in my 7 Months to Mastery coaching program. But basically, when the girl's wearing a ring, you could kind of point to her ring and you could tell her what it means when she wears that ring on a particular finger, okay? So if she wears it on her index finger, I like to tell girls, oh, do you know what that means when you wear your ring on your index finger? She'll be like, no, what? It means you're bossy. And then if she's wearing one on her pinky, you can tell her, oh, do you know what it means when you wear a ring on your pinky finger? She'll be like, no, what? It means that you're flamboyant. And then a lot of times a girl will be like, oh, what if I'm wearing it on my thumb? And then you could tell her, well, that means you're creative. And she'll be like, okay, what about this finger? And then you can kind of be like, I'll tell you, but what do I get? You know, give me something. Tell me a joke, make me laugh. You know, you could kind of bait her right back. These transitioners, whether they be, you know, you asking her ethnicity or you doing my ring gambit, I mean, there are a few other transitioners that you can use, but they're very, very powerful for taking your indirect approach into the attraction building phase, okay? Because I see a lot of guys approach girls indirectly, right? I see a lot of guys approach girls indirectly, but they can't transition. Okay, they can't transition that indirect approach into the attraction phase where they can get the girl physically and emotionally invested into them enough in that short time that they're in set with her where she becomes and feels attraction for him. And really the secret key to taking your indirect approaches into attraction, from turning them from indirect into attraction, is by using these transitioners that I am teaching you about right now. And obviously, again, you can keep transitioning until you've got the girl even more invested in your interaction with you where she's not going to want to leave, to the point where you could be like, okay, so the Starbucks is this way, 2 blocks over there. She'll be like, yeah, okay, cool, why don't you come with me? Let's continue this conversation. And if you're doing things right and you've built that emotional comfort and that emotional investment, if you've gotten that from her, she will want to go with you. She will want to spend more time with you. She will want to get to know you better. So after you've successfully taken your indirect approach into attraction building, by using these transitions, whether it be asking about her ethnicity or doing the ring gambit that I've showed you just now, you could start stacking forward and start plowing and start asking her random questions about herself, getting to know her better. Ask her what her favorite color is. Ask her what her favorite movie is. Who's her favorite actor? Who's her favorite actress? What type of music does she listen to? What's on her MP3 player right now? What's the last song that she listened to? Okay, who are some of her favorite musicians? What was her last boyfriend like? You know, you want to start digging in and getting her talking, because obviously people like to talk about themselves, especially hot girls. So you want to ask her questions and get her talking. And the more she talks, the more she's going to become emotionally invested in your interaction together, and she's going to want to continue, all right? But it all starts with these transitions, okay? And transitions are very simple to use. They're very, very easy to drop in your conversations without coming off try hard or clownish or socially awkward, okay? So start using these transitions for yourself and start going out there and start practicing these. And they're very easy to do, okay? It doesn't take much effort to ask a girl what her ethnicity is. A lot of girls love to answer that question for some reason, like when you ask them what their ethnicity is, especially if they have that exotic look. You know, and I've given you two very powerful transitions tonight, you know, asking about her ethnicity and the ring gambit. I mean, you can ask her what her favorite food is. The point is, you want to use transitions and transitioners to take your indirect approach into the attraction building phase. And you know, sometimes it could be very, very difficult if you don't have these transitioners, right? A lot of times you'll be able to approach a girl and ask her for directions or ask her, you know, what time does this place close? You know, you might be able to use a situational opener, but you're not going to be able to take that into the attraction building phase just for the simple fact that you don't have a transitioner to do that. Okay, that's what these transitioners are for. They're kind of like bridges, right? Kind of to bridge the gap from your indirect approach, from opening her indirectly into attracting her. So a lot of times you could ask her questions like, where did she grow up? Where is she from originally? You know, so you're kind of diving into the comfort building phase. You can even ask her like, are you from here originally? Because you kind of seem like you're from out of town. You can make comments like that to just kind of transition into the attraction building phase. So I hope you know where I'm going with this. I mean, the whole point of it is you want to take her from, you know, you being this stranger who just approached her asking for directions to, hey, there might be something here. There might be a connection between us. Okay, that's what those transitioners are for. And without transitions, it's very, very difficult, if not impossible, to bring that girl into the attraction phase. You know, without transitioners, for the most part, you'll ask her for the directions or whatever indirect opener you opened her with, and she'll give you the answer, and she'll be like, okay, well, see you later. I already gave you the answer, goodbye. What else do you want from me? So that's why it's very critical that you transition your indirect approaches into the attraction building phase. Don't just leave it out there and expect the girl to know that you're attracted to her. That's only going to happen in a direct approach, not an indirect approach. Only in a direct approach is the girl gonna know automatically, like, oh, this guy's interested in me. He's physically attracted to me. You know, you're walking up to her and you're like, hey, I thought you were cute and I just want to say hi. Or hey, you know, you look stunning. You're beautiful. I just wanted to meet you. Hi, my name's Matt. So she already knows that you're attracted to her. You don't need the transitioner there. You know, with the direct opener, you could just be like, hey, you're stunning. Just wanted to say hi. What's your name? And then you could go right into, you know, where are you from? What nationality are you? What kind of food you like? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite number? You could already go right into that. Okay, obviously you want to build attraction, you want to nag her, take some little funny shots at her to kind of lower her guard and almost kind of disqualify yourself as a suitor. Even though you approached her directly, you could still disqualify yourself and be like, yeah, maybe I'm not that attracted to you. But that's with a direct opener. You're not going to need transitions so much. But with an indirect approach, you're definitely going to need these transitioners. Okay, so do not take them for granted. They are very, very critical for closing your indirect approaches successfully. And a lot of guys who do indirect game generally fail at it because they don't know how to transition. Okay, they don't know how to take that indirect approach into attraction and all the way to a close. They don't know how to do it. But one of the main ingredients that they're missing that I've seen time and time again is the fact that they're lacking those simple transitioners. Okay, those simple transitions that you need in order for the girl to not just walk away from you after she answers your question or after she gives you those directions. Okay, you want her to stick around, you want to get her interested in you, and you want to get her emotionally invested in your conversation together. And the way that you do that is by using transitions. So that's all I have to say for tonight's coaching video. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. I am signing out from the Roosevelt in Hollywood. It's the end of the night here. They've turned off the music. Everyone's leaving. There are a few hot girls like still laying around out here, but for the most part it's closed, and I'm still out here shooting for you guys because I love you guys and I love teaching this stuff. So until next time.